Hi, it's time for Voice Matters Live. Today's topic is the magic of strategic and intuitive pauses. Part of what I love about today's topic is the mind-heart integration. One of my favorite quotes is Einstein's, "The intuitive mind is a sacred gift, and the rational mind is a faithful servant." With the magic of both strategic and intuitive pauses, that intuitive mind and the rational mind both get to be involved in this process. Strategic pauses, those rational mind ones, are ones that we would plot out before we speak. Similar to a theater playwright writing a stage direction, silence or pause or beat into a script. Or if the playwright hasn't given it, a director who watches the play from the outside would strategically decide that a certain moment needs a little pause after it, or we need a pause as the audience in between two moments every single night. And those strategic pauses that are decided ahead of time tend to be bigger pauses. The intuitive pauses in that theater analogy are the ones that tend to come from the actors who are performing the show night after night after night. And they tend to be a little smaller much of the time, though not always. And they can be different. It's part of what makes live theater and live speaking different from film, is that it comes from listening, from a give and take between the actors themselves, the scene partners, and a give and take between the actors and the audience. And for the speaker, as I've mentioned before, your audience is both your scene partner and your audience. So these intuitive pauses are coming from listening in the moment and from that relationship. My phone is going off in my ear right now because I forgot to silence my headphone and I didn't connect my earpiece to my laptop. So I'm gonna wait for that ringing to stop. Oh, it's still ringing. Okay. I'm gonna actually walk away. This is the magic of live theater and live speaking. Okay, now my phone is on Do Not Disturb, and I will continue at this point. I am going to read a little section from my website, kind of a story, and I'm going to read it once, like not really paying any attention to the pauses at all. And then I'll read it again using both some strategic pauses and some intuitive pauses so you can feel the difference. I'm not suggesting that you read in front of a crowd. I'm reading something so that the words will stay essentially the same so that you can notice more clearly the difference between when I don't pause and when I do, because it's essentially the same. Just as an example. All righty. As an actor, a teacher, and a person, I had moments when everything flowed effortlessly. I surrendered to the present moment, found my voice, and inspired others. Other times, I felt like I couldn't find my voice. Sometimes I felt like a porcelain doll sitting in the corner, unable to think or speak or move. Sometimes I would speak, but I felt like the real me was trapped inside of a deranged mannequin wanting to scream, "Wait, that's not how I want to say it." So I embarked on a quest. I'm going to go ahead and stop there. That's enough of the example of not really using any strategic or intuitive pauses. And now I'll go back and bring in those strategic and intuitive pauses. As an actor, a teacher, and a person, I had moments when everything flowed effortlessly. I surrendered to the present moment, found my voice, and inspired others. Other times, I felt like I couldn't find my voice. Sometimes I felt like a porcelain doll sitting in the corner, unable to think or speak or move. Sometimes I would speak, but I felt like the real me was trapped inside of a deranged mannequin wanting to scream, "Wait, that's not how I want to say it." So I embarked on a quest to find out how to speak authentically and powerfully when it mattered most. I left my executive assistant job to study and teach acting full time, I thought. There had always been a voice within that kept calling me to live a more aligned life. I thought that meant being in theater and doing that full time and forever, but the universe had something else in store for me. While studying acting in grad school, I played Hecate in Macbeth. I'll go ahead and stop there. You can feel the difference between those two. The first time, I wasn't really giving any space for pauses of any kind. In that, the strategic pauses, like I mentioned, are the place where there's a bit of a bigger pause. Those tend to come when there's a topic change. If it were a movie or a play, it would be when there's a different scene. When we're telling a story, it's a different scene as well. And how we know that is we might be going to a different moment in time or to a different location in what's coming out of our mouth. And as we do that, we strategize ahead of time and know, hey, in order for this to be clear, I may need to pause here so that it's as if the people can feel in their bodies that I'm moving from one period of time to another. The intuitive pauses come when we're live with our audiences from listening to their nonverbal half of the conversation, seeing a change in their facial expressions, seeing a shift in their body language, or feeling the vibe in the space. Now, because you're not here and I can't see your faces right now, this feeling the vibe in the space is the one that I just did the most of. It's also the most intuitive in this format because I can't see you. I have to intuit your half of the conversation. And that intuition includes a memory stored in the back of my intuitive mind about times that I have told that and I have had live people there with me to time it off of. Your voice matters. You are a unique and beautiful soul. If you enjoyed this, follow the link in this post to download your very own free copy of the Visionary Soul's Guide to Authentic Speaking, and let's stay in touch. Bye for now.